Today's lesson is about how you end on a positive note, or how do you put a positive bow around the convo. Now, this is important because, as we will discuss, how a conversation ends has a lot to do with how it's remembered. Now, whether or not you are successful moving the conversation to stories, you can get bored in the conversation. Your anxiety could rise. You could get angry at their opinion. They could become insulting. So it is important that you have bailout strategies that you've already thought about, so you're not just in the moment reacting. I would suggest be ready to blame yourself. I thought I was ready for this conversation when I realized I'm not really ready. I'm not really listening like I should. Can we have this conversation another time? Feel free to blame the setting. That's a really good one. It's too loud in here. It's too cold. It's too hot. I think it's a little bit too close to lunch at this conversation right now. What you want to try to do is to avoid blaming them. If their behavior is a problem, do like kindergarten teachers. I think we're not ready to have this conversation now. I think that I'm reacting to you, you're reacting to me. We should probably have this conversation at a different time. Try to make it a we problem. Try to avoid ending with a you are the problem, even if they are actually the problem. Now, if this doesn't go well, you can still put a positive bow around it. Thanks for making an attempt to have me understand your point of view. Or, I appreciate the fact that we tried to connect across this disagreement, even though it's a strong disagreement and we had trouble with that. And if it went well, then there's a lot of ways to do that. Isn't it great that even though we disagree about this, we can talk to each other? Isn't it great that we live in a country where there's divisiveness, but we create a good conversation? Ending well is vital. Neuroscientists have discovered what Shakespeare discovered a long time ago. All's well that ends well. If you end on a positive note, there's an outsized impact on our memory. And since this is likely a multiple conversation situation, you want to end on a positive note as possible so you can come back and still work the process of influence. So try to end the conversation having already thought about what are some bailout strategies I'm going to use in case it doesn't go well. If you like the content of this video, please press like or subscribe, because that helps the algorithm push it out to more people who might want to see it. Anything you do in support, whether it's a like or a subscribe or a share or even a small financial contribution to this self-funded project, is helpful in making sure we can continue this important work of spreading compassion for the sake of democracy.